lot of people do some pretty stupid stuff when they're pressured into it by friends. And as a not-so-wise Teletubby once said, the only difference between me and those people is that in my situation, I was 7 years old. Here, let me explain. It all started when I was abducted from my home in 1939. My captors referred to themselves as Rick and Morty and told me that I would become their next subject. I was forced to try pineapple on pizza, and I was lucky to have escaped alive. No, but what's up guys, it's your boy Overcooked, back at it again with another story time, because I know you guys freaking loved the last one. So hey, I'm Overcooked, and personally, I am a firm believer that not only are you stupid when you're young, but also when you decide to share your dumb decisions with YouTube 7 years later, which is exactly what I'm doing today. When I was about 6 or 7, I lived in a decently sized house on the corner of, well, the world. I didn't live near the city, and I kinda grew up with just me, myself, my family, and the dusty cow plushie I stole from a garage sale, so I didn't really have a lot of choices when it came to who I wanted to associate myself with in my spare time. One day, me and my boy KeezKay were being the casual 7-year-olds. We had enough of this cruel, forbidding world, so we decided to finally drop the soap and do something exciting with our lives. So on that fateful day in 2013, when we were supposed to be playing Roblox on our Dell XPS D300, KeezKay suggested that we do the unthinkable, that we travel where no millennial has ever traveled before, outside of our homes. We lived on a half countryside farm that connected to a small road that had a little loopy-loop at the end. Basically, a child's dream bicycle ride. However, it wasn't as peaceful and movie-like as it seems, because off to the right a little was the biggest highway in the region, giving us the constant lovely noises of Ryan Newman in a rusty 2004 Toyota 24 hours a day. There was a big menacing fence that separated our prized loop-de-loop from the highway, probably 5 times taller than my 7-year-old 3'2" self. But anyway, back to the story. At some point in the day, being the little daredevils that we were, we slipped from my mother's supervision while she was sending minion memes on Facebook and escaped down the road towards the loop-de-loop on foot. It was a hot and sunny day, and in this 20-ish meters between us and heaven was starting to feel like, well, 20 meters in the hot sun. But at last, our perseverance was rewarded, and we were finally here. We'd arrived to the place we'd been striving to go for so long. We excitedly ran, circling the loop once, and once we got to the end, it immediately became boring. We strived for something more exciting. What are we gonna do? Escape the house just to do something that we could do anyway with permission? What are we, some kind of normal people? Now, just to clear up some information for any FBI agent watching my computer at the moment, I do not and did not encourage any of the following behavior or actions that were performed in this. Please don't track down my house and feed me cockroach guts. So as you can probably tell, what came next was probably the biggest oopsie of my childhood. My friend, who you know as KeezKay, suggests that we do the unthinkable. That we climb over this big fence that had some sort of red and white sign that said something about no tree passing. At first, I was reluctant to follow him as he started for the fence, but I began to feel left out of all the fun and eventually followed him. I think we spent more time scaling the fence than we did walking to and around the loop combined. But I mean, hey, it's not my fault as 7-year-olds we were vertically challenged. Anyway, we climbed over the fence, and the other side was unlike anything we had ever seen before. Freedom was finally upon us. Trust me, if it wasn't copyrighted, I would totally insert all the videos of Disney princesses walking through the forest, touching butterflies and admiring their CGI beauty and their reflection in the water. Because that's exactly what we felt like. Now that I think about it, the grove behind the fence wasn't actually that interesting. I think we were more excited by the fact that we were across the fence than the fact that it was literally just Canada trees. It got pretty climactic after that, however. As I was approaching this road of giant killing machines, the realization finally started to hit me. Here we were, in the one place in the neighborhood where we weren't allowed to go, about to play tag with a car going 100 kilometers per hour. My stomach was starting to feel a lot like a PewDiePie handshake, and it turns out there's more in store than I expected for this occasion. Can you possibly guess in the comments below what stupid decision we made next? You're not even gonna get anything if you guess, but can I get a drum roll for what happens next? Let's play target practice, but with rocks as weapons, and the targets are cars! Doesn't that sound like a great, legal idea? No? Well, guess what KeezKay suggested? Well, he got just as far as picking up his first rock when a white SUV pulled up beside us. The driver pulled over and got out. And let me tell you, Karen has nothing on this woman. She had the short, blonde, dyed hair as a Karen, the SUV as a soccer mom, and the attitude of a Chad. Before she even said anything, I knew we were busted. She just came over and asked, "What are you kids doing?" And I replied, shaking, "Just playing." She told us to wait there, pulled out her phone, and went behind the car to make some sort of phone call. Shortly after, I heard the familiar sounds of police sirens coming down the highway. Immediately, I was excited. I mean, put a police car in front of a child and watch them jump up and down. Sadly, my excitement slowly deteriorated when I realized why the police car was here. The police officer walked out, thanked the woman, and escorted us personally to the back of the police vehicle. Let me mention that after the woman pulled up, Kay's face went pale. I bet he felt super savage Logan Paul 9000 now, huh? In the back of the cop car, the officer asked us our names, and we both responded sheepishly. He said something into his walkie-talkie and started down the highway. Shortly after, I was asked about my house number. Being the Tekashi 69 that I am, I ratted us out. What happened next was more of a blur, because everything happened so fast. I couldn't remember anything. My house appeared, and then I was at my front door. Then we were in my room, and then when we saw the police car pull out of the broken driveway, we were finally called downstairs. My parents started to interrogate us, and this is where I cried, if not in the police car. I broke down and blamed everything on KeezKay. His mom came, picked him up, and I wasn't sorry. As for me, I wasn't allowed back to that loop for a long time afterwards, but after that, I was pretty much fine. And now, we have a great story to tell. So yeah, that's the story of how I got my criminal record at age 7. Some police out there has some weird experience now of arresting little kids on the side of a highway. If he happens to be watching this, please hit me up, that would make for some great content. Now we're just getting to the end of the story. Before anyone asks, no, I was not mad at KeezKay for long. We still talk to this day, even though he lives in a different province than I do now, we're still close friends. You can even look at the link in the description for his channel and his perspective on the story. Now, without further stalling, if you still did in fact enjoy this video, please let me know by hitting the like button. It really helps me know that I'm doing something right, and I'm always open to suggestions in the comments on how to improve. Thanks for watching, please do share with a friend if it did in fact make you laugh, and yeah, subscribe for more on the way. Until next time, I'll be eating food. Peace. Oh, hello there, wandering straggler. Since you managed to make it to the end of the video, follow me on Instagram or Twitter with the link in the description, and message me or tweet me saying Bert Teletubby for a follow back. I'll be waiting for you there.